I forget if it was last week or the week before, but there was some excitement because a certain TV show is coming out. One based on the greatest movie of all time.
The Burbs.
And I just wanted to let the whole heads know in case they were curious how it's terrible, and I made a 20-minute video that they should check out to hear why. What do you think, Kate?
Your video is a million times better than the series.
Thank you. Kate watched the pilot. I mean, is it a pilot? I guess it's the first episode.
Chapter 1.
Yeah, chapter 1. Chapter of a book that should not have been written. Because it friggin' stinks. But luckily, the thing we have to talk about today does not. Let's get that theme going. Attention shoppers. We gotta clean up on ILH.
What the other wolves think?
A true crime cleanup on ILH.
Diabolical.
Starting now.
Oh, he's telling you that she's bats.
Howdy, whole heads. Kurt Money here, alongside my co-host,
Kateline.
And today we are talking about a gem of a show that okay, the title is Pandora's Box Unleashing Evil. This is a bad title, right?
It is. And let me tell you about it.
Okay, hit me.
There are 2 colons in the title.
Yeah.
Pandora's Box, Unleashing Evil, episode name.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, so the premise of the show is that a crime is reported or happens that's small. That like somebody passed out or there's a suicide or a robbery or something. And then when they investigate it, all of a sudden all these other crimes happen. I think it's a cool premise for a show when you can deliver on it.
Yes.
But I feel like it was called Pandora's Box and people were like, what the hell does that mean? Mm-hmm. What the hell? They're like, Unleashing Evil. Oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, I dig this show, especially this episode, but we can agree though, this title.
It's so bad.
Yeah, they need to rethink it.
It bothers me in the way that the Planet of the Apes movie titles bother me.
Okay.
Where it's with the 2 colon thing. So it's like, it's different, but Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't. Mm-mm. And they do it. Now look. Yeah. Those movies are good.
Absolutely.
But of the.
Yeah. You're right. That's no good too.
Damn you all to hell!
Of the, I'm with you. But we're here to talk about Pandora's Box. Here is the Google description. This is for Angel of Death that aired February 22nd of 2018. When a jilted lover storms into a provincial police station making wild accusations against her ex, one detective questions the credibility and motives of the wronged woman. Okay. Kate, what did you think of this episode? Angel of Death. Hit me.
I long story short, I liked it.
What are you talking about?
You didn't think I was going to like it.
Yes, I did. I absolutely did. This was a hidden gem to me. And what do you mean you just liked now I want to hear the long story long.
No,
I mean, dive in.
I mean, as opposed to the last couple episodes, me being like, no, I didn't really like this.
I don't know. I thought this was a guarantee, especially because when I texted you, whole heads, I've got a list of episodes where I'm like, let's do this one, this one, this one. I hadn't watched this in a while, so I was going to rewatch it because sometimes my initial recording is like, what was Kurt Money thinking? This isn't.
Mm-hmm. Kurt Money was high on a hut run when he thought this was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. And now I texted you before it was even over, oh, this is a banger for us. And then 2 more things happened at the end of the episode where I was like, what? Mm-hmm. This was an eventful friggin' episode of True Crime Show, I thought.
But you pitched this to me as...
I said, do you want to do one about crazy lesbians or a serial killer from the 80s? Without delay, Kate said, crazy lesbians, please.
We haven't had crazy lesbians in a while. Not since the staircase one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I think it's safe. I feel comfortable saying crazy lesbians. I mean, it's about to unfold. You'll see why. Mm-hmm. Now, I was a little suspicious that, well, here, let's dive into this. Okay, our story begins. This is a Canadian tale for us. We're off to Canada. Mm-hmm. Killaloe, Ontario, March 17th, 1997. Maddie Money Myers' 4th birthday, St. Patrick's Day.
Cute.
This cop is just on the way out the door. Now, they said what time it was. And this woman comes in saying, I got to report a crime. And the B-roll has the cop locking up because it's the end of the day. Kate, do you remember what time it was?
Oh, I don't. Was it early like they do?
It was 4:44 p.m.
Oh, my God.
On his way out the door, he's stopped by 39-year-old Nancy Fillmore.
And not only was he leaving for the day, he was the last one in. He was locking up.
Last one.
He was locking the door.
And remember how long he paused to look at her?
Yes, like...
But
yeah.
it was It was a little too pregnant of a pause.
Yeah.
He wasn't emoting, but I'm locking up. Okay, I'll open up and we'll talk. It was more just like, wait, do I say my line yet?
I need to speak to a detective right now.
Okay. Okay, why don't we go inside and talk?
Because this was fake B-roll, which
Yeah.
I don't like typically. But I didn't mind it here for some reason.
Well, because one of the people was doing such crazy things, it would be hard not to like it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll get to her. We'll get to her. So the cop's like, oh, fine, come inside. I guess I'll take your statement.
Can we be done by 5?
Yeah. So this is Nancy Fillmore, age 39. She's distressed and anxious. Wants to talk about her ex, Cherrylle Dell.
I'm here to talk to you about Cherrylle Dell.
Now let's halt things right here to discuss this name and the spelling. This was infuriating, Kate. Did you notice this, how she spells her name?
I did notice. I like the way the name sounds.
Oh, yeah, and this was a married name, we're going to find out. It's not like the mom did it because it'll rhyme. This was just a happy accident.
Yeah.
Cherrylle Dell, ton of fun to say. In the subtitles for the episode, they were spelling it crazy. And I was like, that's such a crazy spelling that's got to be accurate. Because Cherrylle, to me, would never be spelled the way it is. And then there's a note somebody gets that says, leave Cherrylle's kids alone. And then that spelled it. And I was like, this is confirmation. This lady's name is spelled Cherrylle. One word. One word. And I can't tell you, Kate, taking notes, it tripped me up every time I typed that friggin' name. Because I look at those letters and I don't see Cherrylle in there.
What did your computer think you were trying to spell?
Either Cherry or Cheryl. There was a lot of that going on. But according to Nancy, she's like, listen, she lies about insurance scams, massive fraud. She's guilty about all this stuff. This is when Nancy says, and she's my ex-girlfriend. And the cop was suspicious in a way that I was a little suspect of, Kate.
Yeah.
This is Canada in the mid-90s. This is not, or 97. Part of me was like, why is it, right?
Like you got the vibe that he thought 2 women together.
Yeah, or just like, oh, these cuckoo lesbians, like, okay, I guess I can't trust her either. Like, there's got to be something afoot. But I guess, do we give him the benefit of the doubt that he would have had that same suspicion if it was a male-female relationship?
Maybe.
I was kind of shocked. Well, one, I knew it was Canada because there kept being words I'd never heard of. Like, they don't call us police station. They kept calling a friggin' detachment or something.
I was working at the Ontario Provincial Police Detachment in Killaloe.
What was it with that?
Really?
Have you ever heard it?
Oh.
I don't know, it was weird.
I didn't pick up on that. Were they the mounted police? Were they the Mounties or were they some other thing?
They were the OPP. You know me. We talked about them.
We down with OPP.
Okay, and Nancy goes, listen, I put down $6,000 to buy a house with her. She's got 3 kids with her ex-husband, Scott Dell. He's still in the picture, and so begins, I think, some entertaining-ass B-roll shots or some reenactments here. Do you want to describe what happens when the 3 of them are together?
There is some tension in the room,
Yep.
some eye rolling, some stink eye.
Yeah, and the way that they acted out, it's like they're so antagonistic to each other. Like the husband just shows up.
He just walks into a house that isn't his, and then
Yeah.
the wife is like, oh, hey. And they go and talk about their children that they have together.
Yeah.
And then the girlfriend is like, what are you talking about in my house?
What's going on in here? And then the husband's like, yeah, because she's like, what are you doing talking to my girlfriend? And him in his white turtleneck and sweater is like, well, she's my wife, thank you. Right?
Oh, boy.
Before she was your girlfriend, she was my wife.
Yeah, well, she's not anymore.
Now, this was a little bit, there's going to be a bigger one later on, but I got to do a mild B-roll you busted right here. A quick BYB. She was pouring out a snack bowl of tortilla chips that were in like a small Tupperware thing by themselves. Have you ever tortilla chips in like a resaleable?
Ever.
I mean, one, it wasn't big enough. So one bag of tortilla chips is not fitting in this Tupperware, okay? Look, I know, Kate. I have chips and cheese every night of my life, okay?
That's true. Hold heads, he does.
I absolutely do. There's no way that all the tortilla chips from one bag are fitting in that thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like tortilla chips are going to taste better if they stay in the bag. If you put them into the Tupperware, they're going to taste kind of plasticky, containery.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, again, this could just be the Kurt Cave's lifestyle, but those bags are not around long enough to merit putting them in another container. It's like, this bag's got 2 to 3 days tops around here.
I agree.
I kind of like these actors. The lead lady here, I thought she was kind of cute. I was feeling her a little bit. What do you think?
I think we were supposed to think she was kind of cute.
Absolutely. So we're getting this. This is all, you got to remember that until a certain point, this is all the retelling of Nancy in the police station. This is her recounting her relationship to this cop, you know, who was watching this, who was like, God, it's 5:10 and I'm still in the office. But she tells him about the relationship, rocky ups and downs, Cherrylle's infidelity, but now she's serious. But then the husband is like, it's just a phase. So she's kind of like playing both sides, right? Mm-hmm. Like she's telling the husband he can still party, but then he's like, Nancy, but then she's like, Nancy, I love you, stick around.
I mean, Nancy bought a house with her.
Okay, one thing, I tried to find other freaking episodes about this case because I just wanted more scoop. I found one for a Canadian show called The Detectives, and I was like, that's way too normal of a name for me to be able to find. It's not streaming anywhere. There were countless podcast episodes about this, though. So I think, Kate, our eternal struggle with why aren't we more popular is there's just so many damn true crime podcasts, I think.
We picked a very saturated market, Kurt.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the whole Google search was countless episodes of a podcast that had talked about this. Anyway, ours is better. Okay, we talked to, Scott has a friend who also we get to talk about her name. Do you remember her name, Kate?
No.
Gay Doherty.
Gay.
I've never heard Gay as a female's name. I feel like if anything, it's an unfortunate name for either sex, TBH.
I feel like this was a very popular name back in my grandma's day.
Okay.
She had a friend growing up.
It used to mean like happy and joy is a name. Joy is totally a name. Mm-hmm. Now, we talked to Gay Doherty. She was a talking head on the show. How do you feel about this, Kate? They gave her, there were burnt in subtitles for her. This was not part of the captions. How'd you feel? I didn't think she talked that crazy. I could understand her just freaking fine.
I agree. We've had worse.
Oh, yeah.
Back door was open. That was, to me, a big alarm going off. I knew something was terribly wrong.
And when I saw the subtitles come up, at first I thought it was like a mistake or something. And then I'm thinking, wow, they really think that she's hard to understand.
Yeah. And, like, I wonder what she felt when she saw this, because I don't think they gave her a heads up.
No.
If I were her, I'd be friggin' pissed.
And no one else had them.
Nobody else. I mean, that is specifically, they're
Gay,
like,
you're up.
Yeah.
We're going to subtitle you.
You're missing some teeth or something. We're just going to subtitle you to save people the struggle. I don't know. I didn't think it was there.
No.
I want Gay to know I heard it just fine.
Maybe the Canadians aren't used to like meth mouth. And as Americans, we can hear that and fully understand it.
That's fair. She tells us she is Scott's friend, the husband, and Scott had cancer of the throat and he was dying. And Cherrylle tells Scott, hey, I'm going to leave Nancy. Okay, I want to be with you. I do want to love you. And I've got a little present for you. And we see a box, but we don't see what's in it. Then on December 28th of 95, Scott has a phone call with Cherrylle that lasts for hours. Absolute hours. And at the end of this call, which ended at like 4 a.m., they were talking about the relationship, and she's finally like, Scott, I'm sorry, it's friggin' over, okay?
Yeah.
We are not gonna be together.
It's too late. We're never gonna get back together. I'm so sorry, Scott.
Now, the next day, Gay is supposed to hang out with Scott, but Scott doesn't show up. So Gay just swings over to his house, finds an open bottle of wine, sloppily written love notes by the wine, and what does she find in Scott's bedroom?
Well, immediately she's like, uh-oh. I think she knew. And she went into his bedroom and she found him.
Yeah, like with no pants on and puke. He had puked and stuff. Mm-hmm. She calls the cops and they think this is a suicide. They think those notes are a suicide. Here's what's crazy. They test the wine bottle that's sitting there, the open wine bottle, and they find ethylene glycol in there, which we know as true crime aficionados is what, Kate?
Antifreeze.
Antifreeze!
Pew, pew, pew.
An autopsy reveals a lethal concentration of the chemical in Scott's bloodstream.
This to them, they say suicide. This was a suicide. And that's what it's marked as in the books right off the bat, as suicide. Say what?
You
what
gotta
do you mean?
find the bottle of antifreeze in his garage that he put in there himself before you can say suicide.
Yeah, and as we know and discussed before, you can kill yourself with antifreeze, but it tastes absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to find out a little detail the second time we hear this story that will justify that. But in this moment, I'm going, idiots, what do you mean? He was drinking antifreeze. You think anyway, okay, so cops say antifreeze suicide, bummer. But Nancy's telling the cop this, and she says, but then a year later, I get kicked out of my own house with Cherrylle, and she invites a guy named Chris Mickle to come in and live with her. So now it's cementing the cop's suspicion this is just a jilted lover, right? A jilted ex-lover.
We are seeing Nancy as a jealous person, as a person that's been put to the side for someone new.
The cop is like, also, Nancy was being suspicious, like, there's something she wasn't telling me. There's something she wasn't telling me. Nancy's holding back, and she's like, you know what, I'm done. Thanks for staying so late with me, but can you come over with me to get my stuff? Like, this is all about me wanting to get my stuff back from Cherrylle. That's all I've ever wanted out of this. And the cop shockingly says, let's do it.
I can't believe this happened.
Friggin' do it.
The two of them go over to Nancy, knock on the door. Nancy's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Wait, I got to say, it was the next day. So they didn't go that night. So the cop was like, I got to go home right now.
He was clocking out at 4:45, so
yeah,
anything like that was going to be overtime.
So they meet the next day at Cherrylle's pad, and Cherrylle sees Nancy, loses it. Why is she here? Blah, blah. And the cop's like, look, will you just give her stuff? Okay, and Cherrylle's like, fine, all right, I'll be right back. She comes back with Nancy's quote, stuff, and throws it at her feet. And what is it? What was Nancy's stuff? What does Cherrylle deliver for us right now in this moment that told Kurt Money, oh, this is going to be a fun one?
Was it not just a trash bag full of stuff?
It was straight up like her kitchen trash. There was like old food in this bag.
But what's inside the garbage bags just adds insult to injury.
She finds used dog food cans, just rancid garbage, and the situation escalated.
Kind of a baller move.
To do this in front of a cop, I was dying, Kate.
Pretty great.
And so Nancy, what's Nancy's play? She says, oh yeah? Well, guess what, cop? I wasn't telling you the whole truth. There's something else you should know about Cherrylle. And what was it, Kate?
That she put the antifreeze in the wine.
Her husband, Scott, didn't commit suicide. Cherrylle murdered him. What? I told you she was insane.
And so now the cop's like, all right, come back to the station.
Right.
Let's do this again.
I gotta spend another day on this.
Yeah. So they go back to the station or detachment or whatever they kept calling it.
The detachment.
And now they're recording it. Now the cop's like, I'm going to get this on video. And we see some of the footage, don't we?
We
do.
See
Nancy in there.
She looks nothing like the actor in the B-roll. Nothing.
No, not at all. And she's super sad in this tape and stuff. Now, here's what's crazy is this episode has this actual interrogation footage. We've got the video of it, but that is the only thing we get. We don't get a real picture of any of these people, do we?
You're right, which is why you said you were looking for some real pictures earlier.
Yeah, and I think I might wait to show them to you to tell the full story, but I do have some pics.
Okay.
Don't you worry about that. I do have some pics. Okay, so they go back and Nancy's like, all right, I'm going to try this again. Nancy starts the story over again. It's this love triangle with this Scott guy, her ex that just won't get lost. And then Nancy tells us that present that she had brought over, which was a bottle of wine, we see the next step of this. He opens its bottle of wine and she goes, here's some wine I made you, Scott. I want you to go home,
drink it, and start like journaling.
And call me. And she goes, hey, and put on her favorite song. You know the one. You know the song. What do you think it was, Kate? 95, Canada. What are they bumping?
Amy Grant.
For some reason, I thought I'll Be There For You by the Rembrandts, a.k.a. the Friends theme. What do you think?
Oh, you don't think it's going to be more of a slow jam?
I thought, but Kenny G's biggest hit didn't come out to the next year. My first guess was Kenny G, and so I did some Googling. I said, the moment's 96. Oh, okay. But yeah, so she says, look, I made this wine for you, which already I'm going, what the do you mean you made this wine?
What do you mean you made some wine?
I made this wine especially for you.
Thank you so much.
The only reason to say that is to justify why there's no seal on it. Now, to our eyes, we're going, wait a minute. But poor old Scott says, oh, that's so sweet. I will. So she says, go home, drink this bottle of wine, think of me, and I want you to call me, and we're going to talk about our relationship.
While you're drunk.
Yeah, and Scott, bless him, is like, that sounds like a great idea. There's nothing suspicious about this one bit. I can't wait to get home, Cherrylle.
And give me a call. We'll talk about the future.
Okay, I will.
Sure, we don't have to talk about it right now in each other's presence. I'll go home.
Yeah.
And I'll call you.
Exactly. So and so Nancy's telling us this. This is, again, where we're going, boy, this Cherrylle lady. Remember she said, here's your stuff. Here's your bag of trash. Here's what's my kitchen refuse. That's for you, Nancy. Cherrylle also wanted to be on the phone call while he drank this wine to confirm that he finished it and died and stuff. This is cold. They were on the phone for like 9 hours, Kate. I saw details. It was like a 9-hour convo.
Oh, boy.
Right. And which is wild because he only drank half the bottle of wine. This is anyway, that's insane to me. Okay, so Scott calls her, and for her to stay on the line to make sure that he died is crazy. And now the cop is going, wait, Nancy, how the hell do you know this? And what's Nancy let loose? Suddenly, we learn a little bit more. What is it?
Nancy reveals that she was there. She was in on it.
She was on the call as well, just listening.
I bet she wasn't on it for the full 9 hours, but Cherrelle's probably like, oh, he's starting to die.
Yeah, pick up.
Nancy was listening in on the conversations between Scott and Cherrylle that night.
And I got scared and realized, like, this is working because I heard her say, are you all right? Are you still there?
This is where the name Angel of Death comes. Now, Kate, this would usually be a part where you're like, how do you know what they said this? Like, this is them make it up. This is court transcripts of, she said, I'm your little angel taking you to heaven. Because Scott was like slurring his words and saying, like, he was really losing it. And she goes, it's okay, baby, just go. I'm your angel to heaven. This crazy lady.
In the B-roll, he's like, okay, yeah. Bye.
Sabria. Hey, I'm going to take my pants off, but I'm leaving the turtleneck on, okay?
I love you so much.
You can let go now, Scott. The angels will take care of you.
And Nancy admits, we hear the cop go, and wait, it was antifreeze from your car? And she's like, yes. It was the saddest yes I've ever heard on interrogation footage, I thought.
Supplied her with the antifreeze from your car?
Yes.
Because that's when she knew. I think she said something like, I'm going to have to live with this for the rest of my life, and put her hand over her face like, I'm caught. In order for me to get Cherrylle busted, I have to go down too.
Yeah. And the cops are like, this was over a year ago, Nancy. Why now? And she says, well, I hated Scott because Cherrylle told me that he had abused her and the children. Which is true. That's a common move by Cherrylle. She had already done it like 5 times. But then we remember Nancy's pissed because she got kicked out of the house. Like, this is still a jilt. That's why she's coming forward.
Right. It's
because she's pissed that Cherrelle's with this Chris Mickle guy. Okay, so...
Do you think Cherrylle is what we would call trouble?
Oh, yes. She is absolutely trouble. You see her coming.
When you see her coming, she's always trouble.
So the cops are like, all right, we got to figure out Scott Dell's death. It sounds like a murder. They had it listed as a suicide. What is it? So the cops look into this. And they're looking at the background of the ladies. Nancy's clean. Not a blemish on her record. But in 93... Scott was cleared of abuse charges against his own children that Cherrylle had accused him of. Now, this made it to court, okay?
And you know it wasn't true.
No. And I'll add a tidbit. The daughter testified against her mom at the time because Cherrylle made her say it. Made her say, Daddy did this to me.
And then the fact that Scott still wants to be with her, despite that.
Yes, there's a whole lot of that going on here. I mean, he's like, I can't help it, I love her and stuff. It's like, dude, she accused you multiple times of abusing her and the kids. Like,
she wants you to be in prison and you want to be married.
Yeah.
Now, again, I haven't seen what these people really looked like, but she must have been super hot because none of this would make sense otherwise. All these people just falling at her feet.
Yeah, you think so, Kate?
I had a feeling she wasn't, but in my mind grapes, I thought
yes,
she'd have to be.
She's got to be a babe, right? We'll see. So the cops, they're like, okay, we got to go through Nancy's interview footage again. And so this was hours of footage, and the cop was complaining this is going to take us like weeks. And again, I'm going, Canadian cops, you guys are the ones I'm least mad at out of cops. I'm still mad at you sometimes, but this ain't making you look good, dude. This is some American cop BS that I'm hearing right now. I was about to leave, and like this was going to take weeks to comb through. Oh, dude.
You mean your job?
Yeah.
A hand search of their records to locate something similar to what Nancy had told us could literally take weeks.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Luckily, they got a crazy phone call from Cherrylle. Cherrylle is losing her mind, saying, get over here. Nancy's trying to kill me. Nancy's trying to kill me. So the cops go over to Cherrelle's. Nancy's long gone. But Cherrelle's like, there's your evidence right there. There's your evidence. She tried to kill me. She tells the cops,
Do you see this? I found this puddle of oil today. Nancy Fillmore is responsible. I know it.
Now, we saw an actual picture of this
oil,
this puddle of oil. What was it? I mean, it was not a puddle whatsoever. Okay.
No, it wasn't.
And this is the proper B-roll you busted, and this one made me laugh pretty hard. Is because in the B-roll for the show, we're looking at a puddle of oil on newspaper. It's like they were like, we're not really putting this on the floor because it's going to be a pain in the ass to pick up.
We can't. We didn't insure this shooting location. We have to put it on something.
Yeah, we don't own this place. So it's absolutely on newspaper. You see the real photo, it was just loose. It was like a swipe of oil on a wood plank. Like it wasn't, I don't know if you could start a fire from it. That's how little it was, right?
No, it wasn't like liquefied. And also, do they mean gasoline?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean oil?
It kind of looked like oil to me a little bit, but you're right. I mean, what the hell are you trying to say?
Oil like for a furnace?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Those Canadians.
Yeah. Okay, so be really busted. And this was great. Cherrylle, realizing that this is not making the cops go arrest Nancy, she goes, wait a second, hold on, I'll be right back. I got some crazy stuff. And then she comes out and says, the witch, I had to freeze my account because she stole my credit cards and she's charging stuff against my account. She did this.
That witch has my debit card and has been stealing my money. Look, this is the account I had to freeze.
And this is a quote from the cops. She was a very eccentric individual. Huh? Oh my God, is that good?
She was a very eccentric individual.
So the cops are like, all right, we'll take this back to us to the station and check this out for you, Cherrylle. But Cherrylle's not done. She's got one more card to play. Her sexuality.
Don't say your sexuality. My sexuality.
Oh. Hey, tell us what happens here.
She's trying to seduce the cops?
Yes! Oh!
It's
oh
like,
my God!
Again, I'm thinking, okay, I mean, if she's a babe, more power to her.
Well, I mean, the way the cops react, I don't think she was too much of a smoke show. No, she was clearly crazy. Maybe they were avoiding her for that reason. But the way that they play it in the show is she unbuttons a button on her shirt, for one, which is awesome. She says, hey, wait, detective, I've been hearing about this Studley detective down at the detachment. Is that by any chance you ever heard of this guy? The cop's like, it wasn't me. Out of here. He leaves. Right?
The B-roll's great. I hope that's accurate to how it really went down and that he didn't actually kind of flirt back a little. I hope he was like, I don't know, couldn't be me. Deuces.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean,
people have been talking about this gorgeous, hunky detective who was at my house the other day.
All they know about this Cherrylle person is that she might have poisoned her ex with antifreeze, and now she's claiming that her now lover tried to kill her with oil that's not there. I mean, anyway, God, what a funny, desperate move on her part. And way too early. I mean, you can imagine where all this is headed, but I don't think she needed to play this card just yet.
Not yet.
Because the cops are like, this told us who Cherrylle was. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. Between this and the trash bag, yeah. So they take that info back to the detachment. They find out account's not frozen. Nothing was removed. Okay, so that was all a total lie. And then the cop loved saying this. He goes, it was a she said situation.
He loved it. He was waiting the whole episode to say it.
He's like, let me say it. Let me say it, Ken. Yeah.
Between Cherrylle and Nancy, it's a she said situation.
So he got to say it. So they're like, we got to talk to a third party here. Let's go talk to this Gay lady. Now, she lives 2 hours away. Okay, so Cherrylle's lying there. They go talk to Gay. She lives 2 hours away. She's the one that found Scott's dead body. And they're like, so what are you doing out here? And she's like, oh, I'm afraid for my life. I'm afraid of Cherrylle. She terrifies me. She tells this story about where she woke. Oh my God, it's right here. This is perfect that I just mentioned the McClure thing because this is when it comes up. She woke up in her house surrounded by flames or some shit.
Yeah. The house was straight up on fire all around her.
I had fallen fast asleep and I instantly woke up. And my house was burning in flames and I had no way out.
And then this was a funny detail that has to be true. Is she goes, so I poured water on my blanket and ran out of there. And she just had like a pitcher next to her bed and dumped water on the blanket.
Yeah, I mean, some people, they put water next to their bed at night.
A pitcher of it, though? I mean, this was right?
In the past, my husband has had a carafe on his side of the bed.
That's an excellent way to put it. It was a carafe. It was a real carafe vibe. Now, this is when I texted McClure, our resident firefighter, and I said, would it help to dump water on a blanket and run out?
It would.
And he said, what'd you just say?
I said it would.
Okay, he said, no, it's pointless, because he pointed something out that we know very well, which is that the flames rarely kill you, it's the smoke.
Yeah.
We're experts here. We're experts here down the aisle, okay? But he said you shouldn't really take that time to do something like that because the smoke inhalation is what kills you, not the flames. So if there's time to dump water in a blanket and wrap yourself, you'd be better served just getting out of there faster.
Okay, but what if you know that the only way out is through a really smoky hallway and where you currently are is not smoky, so you have the time? I'm just thinking about the wildfires in Northern California up in Paradise a couple years ago. That bus full of kids, the bus driver ripped his shirt into pieces and they all poured water on it and all the kids held the pieces up to their mouths. And that's how they survived.
Really?
Because the bus was going through a smoky area and none of them could breathe.
Okay. All right. Well, you hear that, McClure.
I don't think McClizzou's wrong. I just think if you do have, like those kids, they weren't going anywhere. They were stuck on this bus. They had the time to do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they were going to die.
True. And hey, you know what? It worked for Gay because she survived. She did absolutely survive. So maybe it worked for her too. Also, she runs outside. There's a friggin' note on her mailbox. What's the note say?
Well, you mentioned it earlier, right? With the spelling.
Stay away from Cherrelle's kids, this note says.
And she was like, I've never been anywhere near Cherrelle's kids.
Yeah, this was, and what's funny is Gay was like, and the cops too, it's like, okay, well, who's that note from?
She notices outside there's a note.
It was a warning. Stay away from the kids or you'll be hurt.
Now, unfortunately, this fire never gets solved, but don't worry, Holtheads, there's another one that does get solved.
We had a lot of fire in the last couple episodes.
You're right. So the cops are taking this all in like, oh boy, okay. So who sent the letter, Cherrylle or Nancy? Let's find out if Cherrylle really hates Scott. So they talked to the cop that took Cherrelle's statement when Scott was found dead. And this is great because they talked to this cop and the cop's like, look, she wanted to do a lot of talking, so I just let her. Like they make a point of saying like she wouldn't shut up.
She wouldn't let me get a word in, so I just listened.
They hear, so this is what Cherrylle tells that cop back in 95. She says, look, Scott killed himself with the antifreeze because he felt so guilty about abusing me and the children. This is what he said to us. And also, this was the bummer part, cops, and put this in your notes, his cancer had come back. So he just wanted to check out, to spare us and him all the trouble. He wanted to die alone on the farm. He was in pain. And this was interesting. The cops make a big point of this, and I've got questions about it, is at the time she had said he started at 250 pounds and now he was down to 130 pounds. Like he's sick and stuff. And the cops make a point of going, he was not 130, right? Like what was up with this?
We've seen his dead body. We looked at the autopsy. That is not what he weighed. But they write down that number because it's such a weird, random weight.
Yeah, and like it's going to come up again. And I want to say to Cherrylle, a guy who weighs 130 pounds is a tiny, skinny mofo. That's not what men weigh. What? Am I nuts? Grown men don't weigh 130, Kate, right?
Certainly not if they're over like 5'5".
Yeah. That was just a bonkers number to me. I couldn't believe. Anyway, so she says, yeah, he was wasting away. Thanks. Okay, they dig into that. He did not have cancer.
No.
It was in remission.
Okay. He was fine.
Yeah. And now this was another wrinkle. They find out a few weeks before Scott's death. I thought this was a 911 operator. It was not. It was poison control. Poison control got a random call from a payphone from a Miss Balding, she said. And she said, look, I've got a special needs younger brother named Gerald. And he drank 2 cups of antifreeze. Is that going to kill him?
Yes, Miss Balding. Yes, it is.
And the lady's like, well, yeah, that's very dangerous. Get him to a hospital. And so Miss Balding says, all right, we're on it. This was shocking to me. What was the poison control lady's next step?
She called the hospital because while on the phone with Miss Balding, she said, like, where are you? Here's the hospital you need to go to. They can handle this. And basically thought that she had sent her. So she called the hospital to make sure that they got there and to follow up on what happened with the younger brother. Because I guess as poison control, there's like an active open case now, like a case file of a poisoning. So they have to track that stuff.
Yeah. And wait, you know what? The most important part that we're forgetting that connects this to Cherrylle. See, there it is. I almost called her Cheryl. All right. what connects it to Cherrylle is that she said, hey, my special needs brother Gerald weighs 130 pounds. She says 130 in this moment.
She does.
I don't know if this helps, but he weighs about 130 pounds. Is he going to die?
The weight that she said her dead husband died when he died of cancer and stuff. And so this is in the notes as well, that Gerald weighs 130. Is he going to make it? I'm telling you, in my original notes for this episode, I was shocked that a 911 op followed up. But now hearing it's poison control, that sounds like what they have to do.
And
right?
it's Canada.
So, yeah. I mean, luckily, even without that being a fact, there's enough going on in this case where it's still good that we did it. But I was really singing this 911 op's praises. I thought, because think about how little they care. I mean, because they get thousands of them a day,
Yeah,
right?
they do not care.
But yeah, so it's a little different because it's poison control. But she calls the hospital. No, we don't have a special needs Gerald in
No
here.
one-
And no one who weighs 130.
No one with the last name Balding has checked in here.
Yeah, and the cops are looking in, and they're like, oh, one, we got to find notes of that call. So help us out there, lady. And then also they go, well, Cherrylle doesn't have a brother named Gerald. Okay, so now they're like, all right, now we got to get... Sounds like Cherrylle killed her husband, Scott, 2 years ago, is what we're thinking right now. They have to hand check phone records. Another thing they're complaining about. These from Canadian cops.
What else
Okay.
are they doing in this tiny
Yeah.
town in Ontario?
Yeah.
I mean, is it tiny or is it a Toronto suburb? I didn't actually look it
No.
up.
Okay, keep this in mind when we talk about Listcake, because Killaloo, 700 people live there.
Oh.
You know what that sounds like. You know what that friggin' sounds like to me.
Kind of town where things like this just don't happen.
Yeah, and a little extra tidbit. It was like they called it alternative living, and I was like, "What do you mean was lesbians?" But no, it was like alternative lifestyle where they had like a collective or where they bartered with things to get goods and services. So this was almost like a little hippie town.
Like a commune. So now actually the oil thing makes more sense. It sounds like they're kind of off grid, and this is like oil for your furnace, oil that you use to heat your house.
Ah, yeah, okay. Okay, so they're looking into that. It's summer of 97. They get a call from Nancy. She's freaking out. She had heard a window break, and she looks outside the window, and there's old Chris Mickle, the current boyfriend of her ex, Cherrylle, with a bat, saying that he's going to, like, kill her and stuff.
Police responded and located Mr. Mickle in the vicinity of Nancy's home. He was arrested and charged with mischief and criminal harassment.
And so the cops find him nearby with a bat. And I want to say, really, Chris Mickle, you couldn't get away? I don't know. Like, why do you still have the bat in your hand?
You couldn't just like drop the bat?
Yeah, was it an important bat to you, dude? Like,
Was it a signed Louisville Slugger?
Yeah. So they bust him, and this is when they go, Nancy. This is where it's confirmation of I feel comfortable saying this is about crazy lesbians, because they tell Nancy, leave town. We're insisting you get out of Dodge. Your life is in danger. And what's Nancy's response?
Nah, I'm cool.
No, I'm sticking around because I'm waiting for that civil suit to be resolved. Because Cherrylle owed her $6,000. So Nancy is going, I'm not going anywhere until I get my money and my belongings. Cops are insistent. Nancy, leave.
It's only
And
$6,000.
Nancy-
Your life is worth more.
Also, I want to go, hey, Nance, something tells me your case doesn't disappear if you move out of town. What do you think?
You can
If it's
still-
already in process,
yeah. And
you can come back if there's a court date.
She knows that she's also a suspect and that she's tied to this. I would get out of town.
Yeah, and also, so they make a point of saying that they talk about this, how everybody knows your business and stuff. She is afraid for her life, which again is shocking. It's like, yes, we know, Nancy. That's why you should leave. You don't get to bitch about your life being in danger when there's a simple solution here.
It's true.
Okay. Oh, this was great too. Another great quote. Okay. So first they say that Cherrylle was eccentric. And this is what they say about Nancy. Nancy was a very stubborn individual. These are the kind of things from cops, how stubborn she must have been for them to say that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like for them to say their opinion of someone's character like that, I was like, they must have been super stubborn. And it sounds like it.
Nancy was a very stubborn individual.
So they find the note from the poison control. December 5th, 95, call about Gerald from Miss Balding. Cops get a call in the night. It wakes him up. Again, Lazy Bones cops is going, I was asleep. This call woke me up.
It was almost 7 a.m.
Yeah, I had 10 more minutes before my alarm was going to go off. And this call woke me up. And wouldn't you know it, there's a house on fire.
I was at home, asleep, when I was woken up by a telephone call.
Uh-oh. So what's going on, Kate?
Wait, whose house was this?
Nancy's. Nancy's house is on fire, dude.
There's so many house fires.
Yeah. He gets the call. He goes out to Nancy's house. Uh-oh. She did not have a carafe of water next to her bed because Nancy fucking died in this fire. She's dead.
And they're really devastated because they warned her to get out, and also that she's their key witness.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of this, is that her freaking... This all came from her. She's the only evidence they have, is this eyewitness from her. Without her, it's almost like the case is gone. So they're like, we got to start from scratch and get more evidence.
That made us step back and regroup.
Now, luckily, Cherrylle, once she starts, she don't stop. Cherrylle was up to no good again, doing something else. So luckily, old heads, there's more for the cops to catch. They talk to a guy. This is so Cherrylle's a murderer. Also, I forgot to mention when Cherrylle was being interviewed about her husband's suicide, she says that because of the cancer, he had lost his sense of taste.
Right.
And so that's why he could drink that much antifreeze and not know it.
He wouldn't have known that the wine tasted funny.
Yeah, and that's, again, a pretty cruel and calculated on Cherrylle's part.
It's cruel.
I mean,
because the whole time this was happening, she's acting like they're about to get back together.
Yes, and, oh my God, we find out why she wanted to be with Scott. Why? Because according to everyone else in Cherrylle's life, she hated Scott's guts. She wanted him to die. She talked about finding a hitman, wanting him to die. But then why is it that she wanted to stick around with him, Kate?
For his insurance?
Yeah, because when they broke up, he got diagnosed with the cancer. That's when she came back, only so he would die while they were still married and she could get his stuff. So that all the stuff about like, oh, I don't know, Scott, I don't know if we should be together. That was all bullshit. That was all Cherrylle being like, I really want to be married to you when you die so I get your stuff. And so that's why she was pissed when it went into remission. Oh,
crazy.
Cherrylle told me all she ever wanted from Scott was the money. She wanted the farmhouse and custody of the kids just to collect the social assistance checks.
Crazy. So we find out that, all right, well, what's Cherrylle getting up to right now? And the cops get great news. What's she doing? But she's smoking weed with a bunch of teens.
She is hanging out at her house with a bunch of underage boys.
Oh!
Real weird. And
yes,
smoking pot, drinking. And she has a really inappropriate relationship with one of these boys. I mean,
she's sleeping with one of these 16-year-olds.
Unclear if Chris Mickle knows about this.
No, he's in jail. That's the thing. Chris Mickle's in prison for taking a bat to Nancy's house.
I don't see how that's something that you would go to prison. There's no proof that he
they said it was criminal mischief
with
and
the
intention
intention to do that. How do they know that?
I don't know. That was me connecting dots. That Chris Mickle was in prison, Kate.
So
was it for that? I don't know.
Cherrylle,
but he was 100% locked up.
Her live-in boyfriend, Chris Mickle, was in jail.
Cherrylle's like, well, if my boyfriend's locked up, I got to move on immediately. Here's some school children. How about them?
Yeah, and I'm going to sleep with one of them. And this was again, funny B-roll. Not in real life. This is not funny. This is very sad.
The cringiest B-roll. And I like that they showed a little bit of it up top because it was so cringe.
Yeah. She's like, hey, I want to show you something in my room. You mind coming in here?
And we see the two of them like spooning.
Yes.
But the kid is the little spoon.
He is the little spoon. Yeah, absolutely.
Nancy's trying to frame me for the murder of Scott. You don't want me to go to jail, do you?
Of course not. I love you.
The cops are not talking to this guy. This guy's name was Brent. This kid, excuse me, he was 16.
Mm-hmm.
But they talked to Brent's friends, and they're like, yeah, Brent was bragging about how he killed a lady in a fire. And they're like, what? Okay, now it sounds like we got to talk to this Brent guy. Oh, but he's hitchhiking across Canada. He's on the run. This move was so awesome and just shows how dumb and young this Brent was. How did the cops catch him, Kate?
They pose as a truck driver and pick him up while he's hitchhiking. I don't know how they arranged it. It's like they found him on the road, drove past him, circled back. Just so sad.
They get a cop to go undercover and pick him up hitchhiking. And this was so awesome is the cop is like we've heard cops try to get them to get talking. This has got to be the easiest thing he's ever done.
Hey, hi, how are you? I'm good. I've killed.
Yeah, he goes, hey, stranger, if you want to come with me, I got this job that's happening in Saskatoon or something. Only problem is it might not be legal. Are you cool with that, Brent? Is that okay with you? Brent says what, Kate?
Brent's like, oh yeah, I've done lots of illegal stuff. You know, I killed someone. And the cop is like, oh, okay.
Actually, I killed someone once. Yeah.
Yeah. keep talking. And then this was interesting. They said could be looked at as entrapment in the U.S. I don't know if that's true. They had a recording in the truck, so they've got this all on tape of Brent saying, "Hey, I killed somebody once with a fire. I went there with a friggin' butcher knife to slice her neck, but she was drunk and passed out in front of a table full of candles."
So I flipped the candles and got out of there.
So he upsets the candles, starts a fire, and then leaves.
Here's the thing. It worked. And it's got to be because she was just dead hammered, right? I don't know if you were just sleeping, I feel like a candle fire, you'd have a chance to get out of there, Kate.
You would.
What do you think?
You would have heard someone come in and flip the table over. But
exactly,
yeah, she was blacked out.
She had to be blacked out because it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked that it worked when it comes to like what people have to do to set fires. But again, this candle one, I just can't believe it friggin' worked. That he went there with a knife here's what's funny is he's telling this guy in the truck, and I got away with murder. Now, keep in mind, this is weeks after that murder happened. Guy, you're not in the clear yet. One, because your dumbass is telling stories. But also, this case is still open, bro. You didn't make it yet.
No.
This murder was 3 weeks ago.
You did not get away with it.
You didn't get away with shit yet, dude.
And I was so good, I didn't even get caught.
So they arrest him, and now he starts singing. He would, of course, double back on this later and say he took all this back. But what does he tell us happened? Why'd he do it? Why'd he agree to it?
Because he's in love with Cherrylle.
Yes.
And Cherrylle loves him.
And that's the B-roll where he's the little spoon. And she is saying the most cliche stuff of, Nancy's out to get me. She's out to get me if you really loved me. Because he goes, it's okay, I love you, Cherrylle. And she goes, well, if you really loved me, you'd get rid of her.
Okay.
I'll do it. This fucking guy.
If you really love me, you'll help me get rid of Nancy before it's too late.
It's got to be, he's 16. He's a kid here. But this fucking sap, man. How you falling for that?
Again, I'm like, he's falling for it if she's really hot.
Well, you know what, though? I forgot to mention, Kate, that she did say if he did it, he'd get $300 in a new motorcycle. So, I mean,
worth
does
it.
That change your opinion? Yeah.
It's better than,
of course,
a couple broken jet skis.
Jet skis? Yes, or snowmobiles, whichever ones they were.
Yeah.
Oh, that was, R.I.P. Big Joe. That was the Big Joe case.
Yeah.
So this is where K-Money is going. I love it. Slow clap for Big Joe. I want to party with Big Joe.
You would. You would.
So Brent agrees to it. And they were saying how Cherrylle had called him her puppet and stuff. He gets life in prison straight away. Then September 28th, soon after, they arrest Cherrylle. And her trial takes a few years to get going, but in 2001, she's found guilty, gets life sentence. So she is in jail she got 25 to life. I found out in 2016 she tried for early parole. Didn't happen.
Denied.
Do you want some picks before we go to those lists?
I gotta see some picks, dude. I'm dying over here.
Okay. Now, let's see here. This is her at the time. Okay. There you go. Just sent it.
Okay.
What? I mean, I don't know if I'm seeing Smoke Show, Kate. What do you think?
I'm not seeing Smoke Show, but I'm trying to picture, this is a small town. Maybe in that
some
town.
Weird hippie town in Canada.
Maybe in that town, she's the hottest.
Yeah, 700 people. Okay, let me find another. There was another one. Okay, now I've got a picture of poor Scott for you. Okay, poor Scott Dell, R.I.P.
See it.
Oh, Scott. And hey, Kate, do me a favor. Tell me what he was wearing. What's he wearing in this photo? What's he wearing?
He's wearing a turtleneck and a little sweater.
A white turtleneck and a sweater.
Poor thing.
This poor guy, right?
Yeah. He looks sweet.
He looks very sweet. Yeah. Oh my God. This was something else I found out in this article, that when he had cancer, he was sad the results of his treatment, he could potentially lose his voice. So he recorded him reading kids' books to his kids to play.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And okay, so let's go to this list and I'll tell you more about the case. Kate, what do you got?
Kate's unnamed list. It is a small town.
Absolutely.
The kind of town where things like this just don't happen.
Unless Cherrylle Dell's there.
Unless Cherrylle's the hottest one there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry. I forgot I have a picture of her in 2016 when she tried to get early parole. She kind of gets it here, but I didn't know you're allowed to dye your hair in prison because she's got blonde hair now.
Oh, wait. She's like hot.
And this was years later.
Yeah.
She's kind of trashy hot here, no?
She's trashy hot for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of get it.
Okay. But yeah, so those are the only pictures I can find. It's funny because clearly the show had that picture of Steve Dell because he's wearing that outfit in the B-roll. I don't know why they couldn't friggin' show it. Oh, okay, so small town. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
Yeah, all right. On to Kurt's Kick-Ass List.
Kick-Ass List.
I had the B-roll you busted, but no list items for me. Not a thing. Not a friggin' thing, but a good B-roll. When I saw that oil on the newspaper and then they showed the real photo of it up being on wood planks, I was like, this cheap ass show. You can't like film it in the bathroom. It was a close-up of this oil pile, y'all. Like, did you have to put it on some newspaper?
Oh,
like,
man.
why bother? Okay, so we're at the end of this. Cherrylle is freaking evil. I mean, this seems that she's a Canadian.
It doesn't seem right.
It was shocking to me.
It doesn't seem right.
And she is a special kind of evil where she's like, I'm going to be on the phone to make sure he bites it.
And I'm going
That's
to
crazy.
have sex with children.
Oh, yeah, that too. Absolutely. Oh, and hey, there's a cop at my door with my embittered ex. She wants her stuff. Okay, I'll get your stuff. Trash bag full of food. That is so nuts. That's so crazy that she did that in front of a cop. That is funny as hell. Okay, now here's some extra bits from an article I read that's going to change things up just a little. Gay Doherty, Scott's friend, she was Scott's friend. That's true. She started as a live-in girlfriend of Cherrylle's. Yes, they met at an incest survivors group in 92.
Whoa.
Cherrylle and Gay did. Now, we know that Cherrylle, I also didn't mention it, but countless other accusations. She kept accusing Scott of abuse and stuff. And she did accuse her grandpa of this, but who knows if it really happened in Cherrylle's case. But Gay, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
But so isn't that nuts that she was an act, and she thought that Cherrylle was getting too needy. That's why when she bolted. But she had grown close to Cherrylle's children and to Scott. So she was still friendly with Scott after the breakup, but not Cherrylle.
That's wild. And was his
It's
best
so wild.
friend.
Yeah, and now this is interesting. She did not go out to his house unprompted. Cherrylle asked her to. Cherrylle said, hey, I'm not getting a hold of Scott. Do you mind going out and check on
You mind
my
driving
kid's dad, see
2
if he's
hours
okay?
to see if he's okay, even though I'm like around the corner?
Yeah, and Gay said, sure. Hopefully someday when I retell this, they won't put subtitles up because they think I have meth mouth.
Man.
This poor lady.
Everybody. This is just sad all around.
Yeah, and here's a quote from Miss Doherty about Cherrylle. She was captivatingly beautiful. She had perfect Barbie doll looks.
I get it in the later photo.
Yeah. Not in the one that she was arrested in. I don't know. Anyway, point is, I have more things to tell you. Cherrylle went out and got some waxy material and did this voodoo thing. Made it look like Scott, put ropes and ribbons and pins on it, and said certain things over it, and then she buried it.
Normal.
Absolutely normal. Okay. This was so funny to me. This was direct words from the article. Despite having cuckolded Mr. Dell, Miss Doherty was on good terms with him by the time she left. Despite having cuckolded him.
Wow.
That's pretty wild for a news article. Okay. Also, Cherrylle with her kids would give them a mix of medicine and NyQuil or something to knock them out every night. And every night they would wet themselves. And she'd have to do like laundry the next morning of their peed on sheets because they were passed out.
What?
Every single night. And keep in mind, these are the same kids that she refuses to let Scott see. She wants to have full custody. Just again, that psychopath thing of, I don't want kids, but I don't want you to have kids.
Right.
Okay. Also, she had asked somebody how long, or she was asking other people about antifreeze and why it killed them. So, Kate, why did she offer up the 130 pounds? Did she at one point think that's what he weighed?
She might have been too stupid to know what adults weigh. Or maybe she was so used to having sex with teenagers that she thought that's just what adults weigh.
But, like, I get it why she had that number when she called poison control. Because she's like, 2 cups of antifreeze, will it kill a 130-pound man? But why she added that in the statement is beyond me. Right? I mean, I don't know why she would put that in the police report for Scott's death. Like, it feels weird, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay. Here we go. Boom. Oh, really. So Brant was interviewed. He was 19 at the time of this. So he's 19 now, 16 when it happened. And he's talking about how great it felt to walk into Nancy's house with a knife and stuff and kill for love. And the detective constable said, "What does it feel like? A bigger rush than when I was falling from Mount 7. And they're like, "What?" And it was like, "Oh, I was climbing the mouth of this cave and I fell 30 feet and landed on my head. Dumb child."
Oh my
over
God.
here. I felt a rush like from Mount 7, man. When I climbed the mouth of that, when I climbed that cave. Yeah. And also he was described as Killaloo's teenage town loser.
Well, yeah.
Brant.
No
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so that'll do it. I mean, this was a fun little case. I was shocked I had never heard of. What do you think? I mean, this was a fun time.
I agree. Cherrylle is a psycho.
Evil. Yes. Let's never let her out. I think she's still in prison, assuming her parole. Well, it's been 25 years, though. She might friggin' be out by now in Canada.
Well, I'm not going to go find out.
No. And I'm going to be like, if I'm ever in Canada and like this blonde trash hottie lady starts hitting on me and stuff, I'm going to be like, "Wait a minute. How do you spell your name?" And then I'm going to get out of there.
No, thank you.
And on that note, I'm Kurt Money.
I'm Kateline.
My sexuality